Fani Willis, you saw that deal? Her boyfriend, she gave him $1 million to go get Trump, right? And then they go on vacation, spending the $1 million. That's something. But the nice thing, it gets exposed. Eventually, it gets exposed. It's a beautiful thing.
Do you think prior to November 1st of 2021, you were at the condo more than 10 times?
No, sir.
So it'd be less than 10 times.
Yes, sir.
Listen up, guys. Listen up. Both Wade and Willis testified last week that they did not spend the night together at the Hateville condo. They said they didn't spend the night together.
Well, tonight, attorneys say phone records reveal at least 35 occasions when Wade's phone connected to cell phone towers near Willis's condo in Hateville for extended periods of time.
If you've been living under a rock, then you don't know about the shenanigans that are happening in court. And primarily, we're talking about the shenanigans that are happening in the courts here in Atlanta, Georgia. Fani Willis and Nathan Wade, the district attorney and the special prosecutor that were prosecuting Donald Trump here in Georgia, have been assigned to the case. The allegations were brought forward in an early January motion by Trump's White House aide and co-defendant Michael Roman, claiming that the two have been engaged in an improper, clandestine, personal relationship during the pendency of the case, which has resulted in the special prosecutor and, in turn, the district attorney profiting significantly from this prosecution at the expense of taxpayers. Willis and Wade both testified last week to the extent of their relationship and whether Wade benefited financially from their now acknowledged romantic relationship. Willis has said that she and Wade were not in a relationship when Willis hired him as a special prosecutor in the case against Trump in 2021. She has denied any wrongdoing.
Never ever. Never.
Before we go anywhere and before I get into this, it's very important for all of you guys to understand what perjury means. The act of an instance of a person's deliberately making of a falsified statement while under oath. What does that mean? Lies! Especially the willful utterance of untruthful testimony under oath or affirmation before a competent tribunal or a point material to adjudication. First thing we are going to talk about is Trump's bombshell affidavit, where we see that cell phone towers place Fani Willis and Nathan Wade in the same place at the same time.
Whoa, whoa. Here I come. Oh, here I come. Oh.
35 times in 2021. The second part of this is District Attorney Willis's response. States that District Attorney Willis was elsewhere. That's interesting, including at work at the Fulton County District Attorney's office. And this is now in caps, ladies and gentlemen, and visiting the 3 crime scenes where a mass murder motivated by race and gender bias is taking place. Wow.
I'm dead.
Wow. I knew the strong arm was coming. Oh my God, I felt it. I felt it coming.
Hell no. I mean, you want to talk about muddying the waters.
Everything in the kitchen sink.
But I can't believe she said, and in fact, on multiple relevant dates and times, the evidence demonstrates that Fani Willis, was elsewhere, including working at the Fulton County District Attorney's office and visiting 3 crime scenes where a mass murder.
This is yelling murder.
A mass murder motivated by race and gender had taken place, man. Fani getting messy as hell. So now what she's doing is she is attacking the Cell Hawk analytics directly. This is not a collateral attack. This is not a peripheral attack. This is not a side attack. She is attacking the evidence directly. She's saying that the Cell Hawk information doesn't show what y'all think it shows. It's only showing ranges. It's not showing that Nathan's phone was sitting on my nightstand charged in at 2:38 in the morning. It's not showing the nightstand.
And I wasn't there.
I was
at a crime scene.
I was at a grave site.
However, if we summarize the content of the affidavit, it's really centered on a few things. In this affidavit, they talked about a report which is labeled as Exhibit A. This report showed from January of 2021 to November of 2021, there were indeed 35 visits. This directly contradicts what Nathan Wade and Fani Willis have told us on this stand.
Can you explain why you filed for divorce one day after you were hired by Miss Willis? You filed on November 2nd of 2021. You're hired on November 1st of 2021. Why the day after?
You mean one day before? So
you filed for divorce one day after you were hired, right?
Okay. I'll answer your question.
Okay, please.
So in 2015, when my wife had the affair, we had a conversation that we would divorce right then. Again, the better practice, at least for my children at the time, was to stay in place until the youngest could graduate and matriculate into college. We did that. When she graduated, matriculated into college, at the time, my wife had moved back and forth to Houston, to Texas. So she's in Texas. We take our child off to college. We come back to Georgia for a brief period of time. Divorce gets filed. She gets served. There we go.
You did all that in one day?
Now, the reason that date was selected.
Yes, sir. That's what I asked.
The specific reason that specific date was selected was because she was only in town for a brief.
Your Honor, this is attorney-client privilege. Why he decided to file this?
And why do you have the right to object on his behalf for attorney-client privilege?
Because.
Well, I don't make formal.
All right, there we go. And
that was interesting.
I believe that he's already attempted to answer this question and there was no privilege raised. So he's given a partial answer and now he's about to.
That is some bull. The lies. There you go. This bitch. The lies.
The second part that's in Trump's bombshell affidavit is Exhibit C, which is a Geofence report. And in that Geofence report, where we talk about cell towers, we talk about the proximity, the investigator that supplied the report was fair. These visits, which were highlighted in the affidavit, took place at late hours at night, where Nathan either traveled there at 10 p.m. and left at 3, or Nathan traveled there at 11 and left at 4. Fani Willis and Nathan Wade had exchanged over 2,000 phone calls and 12,000 interactions. And those interactions consist of text messages, and you guys have eyes, like sometimes we hit the heart button or the like button, or, if we like a text or certain things like that qualifies or falls into that bucket. The phone records contradict Willis's timeline.
He got a call at 11:30. He didn't even hang up. While the call was still ongoing, the phone traveled from his house to her location and arrived at 12:43 and didn't leave that location until 4:55, damn near 5 o'clock in the morning. 5 o'clock in the morning, early yawning in the dawn.
That's like a Netflix and chill night, Like
Yeah.
you're on the phone, like, let me talk to you about my day. And you're driving all the way down there. You get there and you're spending like 5-6 hours there.
They're acting like 23-year-olds, 25-year-olds, calling each other up. What you doing? What you doing, big head?
Hey, big head.
50-year-old woman is calling a grown man at 11:30 at night. And then he goes over there, the phone stops, and then the phone picks back up at 5 a.m. in the morning. What did you do over there, Nathan?
I was still married.
What did you call? AV broke it down. Said they're still married, guys.
That divorce is not finalized yet.
Yes.
Let's talk about Willis's response, and it is really based on legal technicality. To summarize, Willis's court filing had 4 key arguments. Number 1, defendant Trump provided no written notice to the state. Defendant Trump provided no summary of the purported expert's testimony. Defendant Trump provided no information related to qualifications of the witness to serve as an expert witness, and this is the man that wrote those reports. Number 4, no notice was provided at least 7 days before the hearing that began on February 15th of 2024.
So your office objected to us getting Delta records for flights that you may have taken with Mr. Wade.
Well, no. I object to you getting records. You've been intrusive into people's personal lives. You're confused. You think I'm on trial. These people are on trial for trying to steal an election in 2020. I'm not on trial, no matter how hard you try to put me on trial.
Are you ready? Are you ready? Can I talk?
Yeah, what's
You
the
mind?
answer?
What a lot of bullshit.
The denial of Trump's claims and issues of correct procedural steps is what Fani stood upon. She wanted that 14-day notice. She wanted that 7-day summary. She wanted an opportunity to respond. Before we jump into Trump's response to her response, there's a few really important things that we need to talk about. Number 1 is notice. What is notice? Legal notification required by law or agreement or imparted by operation of law as a result of some fact. Definite legal cognizance, actual or constructive or an existing right or title. When does it apply? Notice applies when 5 things happen. One of 5 things are either or in combination. Notice applies when a person has actual knowledge of it, has received information about it, has reason to know about it, knows about a related fact, is considered as having been able to ascertain it by checking an official filing or recording. Notice is important here because Fani is saying that Trump did not put her on proper notice. She wanted 14-day notice. She wanted to be notified 2 weeks before this document was entered into court and shared with the public. Fani is also in her argument attacking the credibility of the expert. Fani Willis here is really attacking the authority. We don't need to go that far, and here is why. Trump responded to Fani Willis' document, and the response is really centered on 2 major arguments. Middlestat is not being offered as an expert witness, so neither the court's standing discovery order nor Daubert applies, and it is relevant. Let's go to the first argument. The first argument is Middlestat is not being offered as an expert, so Daubert does not apply. What does that mean? There's a case, and that case is Daubert. It's one of the landmark U.S. Supreme Court cases, Daubert v. Merrill Dow Pharmaceuticals from 1993. This case significantly impacted the admissibility of expert witness testimony and scientific evidence in federal courts. The Daubert standard is now used by judges across the nation to determine admissibility of all expert testimony, not just scientific evidence. The implication of the Daubert ruling extends to expert testimony in various fields, including medical, technical, and other specialized areas. What the Trump team is saying here is that, yes, Daubert's a case. Yes, that is the authority. But we are not offering this person that wrote this affidavit as an expert. Instead, argument 2 is we are using this for external impeachment relevant evidence. In the Trump argument, it says it is true that Rule 608B limits extrinsic evidence when the primary evidence is nothing other than evidence that is offered to prove a witness's, yes, I'm clapping, lack of credibility on some prior bad act. The Trump team says it's not being offered for the purpose of showing a prior bad act that impeached the witness's credibility. Instead, it's being offered to contradict the testimony of a witness. This affidavit is instead being offered to prove that there were lies on the stand. Willis and Wade are facing allegations that she misused taxpayer funds and crossed ethical boundaries during the couple's romantic relationship. Last week, 2 days of hearings before Fulton County Superior Judge McAfee captivated the nation's political attention, and McAfee could issue his decision in the coming weeks. Everyone wants to know, are these parties prosecuting Trump with integrity? Are they operating with integrity? Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Stay safe out there. See you in the next one. Bye.